Okay, we got sound now. Alright. Yeah, what I was saying while we was muted was, got just a couple of minutes before we take off. And taking off right now, as long as we can do this early morning run without stopping, well, maybe stop once it kicks tires, but as of right now, we'll get there at 11:25. Our appointment is 11:45, so we should be able to make it on time. Shouldn't have no problems. We got a little over half a tank, not much, but a little over half a tank. Which should be enough fuel to get us there. And yeah, we should be able to pull this off. Got 18 hours and 34 minutes left on our 70-hour clock. Exactly. Oh yeah, that is true. Well, it's not Google, it's Rand McNally, but yeah, you're right. It does. So we might get there at 11:45. I forgot about that. But the truck speed limits doesn't show. Yeah, I threw that cab over. I threw it up on a short. I don't know if you seen it or not, but it's a little bit closer up view of it. I mean, I'm still in the truck, but I was zoomed in on it. So it is on a short shelf. That cab over is. All right, real quiet. All aboard. But even with us going 3 mile an hour into the speed limit, because I think the speed limit's 70 and 80, we still should be able to make it there by the appointment time if we don't stop any. I think we could do that. Got a little bit of an overexposure. Slept pretty good last night. Big Springs population 25,233, according to the sign. Texas Cajun Seafood and Steakhouse. Heck yeah, put the hammer down, run across this, what do they call this? Is it groove pavement? Textured pavement? One or the other. Anyway, our tires are singing. Yeah, speed limit, according to the Rand McNally, is 75. So, with that being said, we might actually get there at about 11:40 if we don't stop any. See if that exposure's a little better. Seeing so. That's the only thing about the Camera FI app is it just um, it don't do that so much with the Streamlabs, but Streamlabs just wasn't working out for us. Groove pavement, concrete really. Oh, it helps to reduce hydroplaning. I did not know that. Makes sense though. Good morning, Dashcam. Dashcam. Yeah, well, Camera FI is the one that we've been using throughout the start of this our live streaming adventures. I switched over to the Streamlabs. I thought it might be better, but I guess it's not. Not for us anyway. Good morning, Kyle. And so now we should. They've not sent me no reload info, but we should straight from the unload today head straight to Array and pick up a onion load. I just don't know where it's going to because we've already been by the shop. I mean, last week, so we don't need no service while we're out here or nothing like that. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not impressed with it my own self. It's got its few little perks that are good, but all in all, I like this one much better. I like the fact that I can zoom in with this one. You can't zoom in with Streamlabs, or if you can, I never did find it. Um, we can welcome everybody to. Well, that's one thing I don't like about this one is it freezes up on my end a lot. But we can welcome everybody to Ride Along Gang. Give them some popcorn to enjoy the ride. And I don't vocally have to remind everybody to hit the like button. That's something that I couldn't do with Streamlabs. Yeah, and we got the Sprite too. Good morning, Phil Career. But now with the Streamlabs, I could turn the Bluetooth mic off and on a lot easier. It was just a simple touch of the Bluetooth mic. This one I have to fumble around a little bit more, but it's not bad. Although using the Bluetooth mic with this app, it does have the echoey sound where I don't think it did with the other one. And Streamlabs does have a better mic. You know, just using the straight mic through the phone. Streamlabs does have a better mic than the one that I'm using now. Yeah, I'm on the slow traffic. Well, I mean, you don't have to. You can use the free version, but yeah, the free version isn't going to be as good as the paid version in most cases with any app. But in some cases, you know, the free versions are just as good as the paid versions. Good morning, Catlon. With the paid versions of of any of them. You get more options. Plus, you can usually remove the watermarks, which meaning like with this one, see normally um, down there where my logo's at, it also says camera F5, but I paid for this one, so that's that's the only reason I even paid for this one is just to get the watermark removed. Not that it offered really anything any different, but there was you can also use multi cameras with this app, and that was another reason why I paid for it. But I don't know, the multi camera seems to lag and buffer way too much. It uses up too much, I guess, too much internet, or using the multi cameras moving it buffers too much. Because we did try that back in, where was it, Colorado, like a year, a year and a half ago, with the side view camera. Side view and dash cam. But while you're moving, like I say, it just what little bit of buffer that you got. If you try to use two cameras, it just adds that much more buffer to it. Yeah, I like the side view. I wish that it didn't eat it up, didn't cause it to buffer so much or lag so much. Because had it not, I would have kept the side view up, or actually turned it into a mirror view. Because that's what I was wanting to do, was turn it into a mirror view. But it just caused it to lag and buffer too much. So that's the reason why we didn't stick with it. I didn't know how to get, which we might, maybe could have to get another adapter. We maybe could try it again, try some different options, and this could work, but I don't know. I need to get me another GoPro. I'm thinking, since I've been doing the time lapses, see, I can't do a time lapse plus, like, say, a point of view. Can't do them at the same time with the same camera, so I actually need to get another GoPro or another camera or something. I tried setting Tasha's camera up on the dash once before, but that camera's not made for that kind of movement. Probably, yeah. I would think so, because the buffering that it was doing, and then when we switched it down to where it wouldn't buffer so much, it wouldn't stay connected. So, yeah. I would think that Streamlabs is better for stationary broadcasting. Because see this app that we're using now, we do have that one lowered down to where we tried to lower the Streamlabs to, and it actually does good lowered down like that. Where the Streamlabs, it's just is not run right since I lowered it. How you doing, Taz? Exactly, yeah. A few years ago, doing this, I mean, it just wasn't very possible. And you know, in a few years from now, this will actually be a lot better. You know, as time goes on. I wished that Starlink satellite or the Starlink satellite receiver, I wished it was set up for mobile use because I'd love to try that out to see how that works, but not not set up for mobile use. Let me rephrase that. I wished it was set up for in motion use because it is set up for mobile use, but it's not set up for in motion use. And I wished it was because I would really like to get hooked up on the Starlink, but I don't want to waste $600 on something that legally or legally by their bounds, contract and agreement can't be used except for when I'm parked. And when I'm parked, I don't need it. Of course, even when I'm parked, I mean, it would probably still be better than the jetpack that I use as far as uploading videos. But since I've been uploading the time lapse videos, it don't take that much internet to upload those. It's not the same as doing the point of views. The point of views, they're longer videos. They take more internet to upload. Seeing on that, yeah, I figure sometime in the future. Well, and see, the thing is, that's another thing. Like with the Starlink, if you go on their website and look at the availability, where it's available at, and everything, they're still not available 100% of everywhere. And I just happen to live in an area where it's not available, which a lot of the southeast it's not available yet. Um, excuse me. Which means that if I ordered it right now, I have to go on a waiting list for the availability of it. And it's next year sometime is when it's projected to be available in more in the southeast. So I mean, I could order it today, and I might not get it until June of next year. where I can wait till June of next year and order it and then get it within a few days. So, which I could order it today and possibly get it in a few days, but the way I read it, the way that it is right now with its availability, I'm in an area where I could be on the waiting list 6 months to a year. Yeah, but I want to say that the airlines, they'll actually be able to set them up just a little bit different than being on the road, the bouncy road. I think setting them up on airplanes, they would be specializing for the airlines. How you doing, son, honey? That's just a it's just a whole different in motion use from an airplane to a truck or a car or something like that. Um, I've got a I don't think it's not Web Boost. I do have a the sales signal boost. I do have that, and it does make a difference. Not a lot of difference, but it does make a difference. It don't actually speed up my internet. It just helps my signal as far as the low signal places. It does help me get out a little better. This is just my morning voice. It's just, but a good cup of tea would be good. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do use the cell booster though. I do use that. I've been using that for quite a while. And them things for the trucks. Now for the cars, they're not really all that expensive for a car, but the ones for the truck, man, they are high. I think this one, if I'm not mistaken, it was right around $560, maybe 580. Uh, Doing pretty good. How about yourself? I apologize that I cannot make your name out, but TW. Well, I like to share my knowledge of what little bit I've got. Got us a delicious Monster Nitro to kick off our morning with. Yeah, if you're gonna drink an energy drink, that right there's number one, in my opinion. Monster has a lot out there, and the the uh, the Monster teas. Those are actually pretty good if you like lemon. I really don't care much for lemon, so I don't drink them that often. But if you like lemon, those the Monster the Monster ice. I think it's iced tea, lemon iced tea, are really actually pretty good. How you doing this morning, Bernadette? Okay, TW. My bad. I Yeah, I couldn't make out your name on my comments. Two Wheel Pines. I see it now. Sorry about that. See, and another thing about this app is the comments don't show up nearly as good as on Streamlabs. On Streamlabs, it's a much better comment box on my side to see. So now I'm having to readjust my eyes, and sometimes it's kind of a little struggle, but I don't. If it's too much of a struggle, then I don't look at it. So if you say something and I don't respond to it, then it's just because I'm not able to fully make out the comment. And with the long comments, that's why anytime anybody puts up a long comment, that's why I don't respond much back to the long ones because I have to look and focus too much. The little short ones, though, I can just usually glance at and see them, pretty quick, pretty easy. So it is a beautiful day for a drive, and to be this early in the morning, which I know for some avians it's what 9 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock for us. I tried to talk myself out of not getting up this morning. Actually, I think I had myself convinced to stay in bed, and Tasha's like, "Ain't this load supposed to be delivered this morning?" I'm like, "Oh heck yeah, I gotta get up." But I got up at 6 o'clock this morning, our time, Central Time. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. And it should be around 7 in El Paso right now, because my company runs off Mountain Time, and that's what it's 12 minutes after 7. 6 a.m. in California, right? California, yeah. Oh, it is early for you. That's the only thing that I like about traveling in the West, coming from the east is because like the last time we was out west, uh, a couple of months back, I was waking up at 5 o'clock every morning and actually ready to get up and go. Whereas till we get back to the east, instead of it being that early, then it's closer to around 9 or 10 o'clock. That's the reason why I always just try to start my live streams at around 9 a.m. That way I'm comfortably getting up. Easy on the emojis, Esther. We got a six emoji limit. Yeah, the last when we was out west. Actually, it was when we was in Post Falls. I woke up at 5 o'clock and it was daylight too, which that's what really threw me for a loop because I was expecting it to be a little bit later. And I got up and got out moving around, and I looked down at the clock and I was like, "Holy crap! It's 5 a.m. What am I doing up? Why is the sun up?" Get more light during the summer. Careful on that. Welcome to Midland, Texas. No doubt about that. What the heck is all that? I guess that's materials for building more of them apartments. Never seen it set out like that. It looked like the whole apartment building was under them white plastic coverings. Fresh pot of coffee for everybody. I hate getting over and then having to turn right around and get back over. I hate doing that. 55 mile an hour. Work zone. I don't see anybody out here working now. Yeah, we'll travel all day and be in Texas, but we'll also hit New Mexico today too. Or, well, yeah, we won't travel all day in Texas, just all morning, because we'll be to our delivery. Should be there by 11:30 ish, and then from the delivery we should head straight up to New Mexico. But then we will turn around and yeah, so yeah, we'll be in Texas about all day because we'll only be in New Mexico for maybe an hour, 2 hours out of the day, because then we'll be right back in, coming back into Texas. So yep, you're right. It'll be an all day travel in Texas again. But I don't know where the next onion load's going to. It could go to Missouri, it could go to Florida, South Carolina, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and it'll be at least another hour, maybe 2 hours before I find that out. It may be late, even after the delivery. I don't know. Hello, Ripley, Tennessee. It felt good in Big Springs this morning when I got up. I don't know. According to the truck, we're at 79 degrees right now. But when I got up, just before the sun come up this morning, oh, it was nice out there. – 101 today. That's a little bit cooler than yesterday, ain't it? I know yesterday when we was doing the trailer washout, the the cashier, she was saying something about the heat. I was like, well, yeah, it's pretty hot. I said, it's not as bad as it was last week, though, in Florida. She said, yeah, but she said, Florida is like a dry heat, ain't it? It's not as bad. I was like, no. I think you got it backwards there. I said, Florida is 89 to 93. Feels like your guys is 101 to 103. I don't know. Last time I was in Florida and it was 99 degrees. That was just murderous. And then we walked about a half a mile down to the beach and then a half a mile back, and good Lord, I had to carry Haber over. He walked down and he walked around the beach, but on the way back, I ended up having to carry him because he was so hot. He couldn't handle it. But he was a little bit more of a pup then too. He's worse now though than he was as a pup, as far as being able to handle the heat. Yeah, we're getting El Paso about 11ish, 11:30. We're in Odessa right now. Yeah, no doubt. just about guarantee the reason why he got pulled over is because his license plate looked like it was super glued to his tailgate and not down there in the license plate slot. I just about guarantee that's probably why he got pulled over for. Even though if it's mounted to the tailgate, that shouldn't make a difference. But I know Tennessee will pull you over pretty quick if you don't have them mounted properly, as they say it. I've been pulled over for screws being missing from the license plate, just having the, like say, the two top screws and not the two bottom screws in it. Been pulled over and give that reason for being pulled over. You know you're missing two screws. You're supposed to have four screws in your license plate. Like for real? That they can actually pull your, or it should be legal that they can pull you over for something like that. But yeah, I have. I've been pulled over for missing two screws. Not properly mounted. It's amazing the excuses that they can use. Yeah, amazing eyesight or very bored. I've had them turn around on me and pull me over for one license plate light being out. License plate light, I think that's what it said. Yeah, one of my license plate lights was out. I've had them turn around. We're traveling in opposite directions, and they make a complete U-turn, pull me over. You got a light out on your license plate. Both of them's out. No, just one of them. Well, one of them should be sufficient. It stretches all the way across the plate. But like I say, Tennessee, especially around the Cleveland area, anything that they could give reason to pull you over, they will. Good Lord, man. Yeah, they'll get you in Cleveland for a tent real bad. Even if it's not too dark, and they know when it's too dark and when it's not, they'll still pull you over and they're like, "We need to check it. We think that it's too dark." They know looking at it if it's going to pass or not. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, DUIs and to search your car because their next famous line after um, you got two screws missing from your license plate. Why are you acting so nervous for? Is there anything in your car that I should know about? Do you care if I have a look around? I would love to say no to that, but I would be lying if I did. And it happens more so in cars than it does in the truck. It's just the trucks ride different. I mean, I've done it quite a bit in a car, but I've been sleepy. When I start feeling sleepy, when I start feeling like I'm trying to nod in the truck, then I will pull over as quick as get walk around, take a nap, or get me a 5 hour energy something. But as soon as I feel myself starting to get sleepy, I'll pull off the road as just quick as possible. Because if you get pulled over uh, from being sleepy like that, or nodding off, or whatever, or falling asleep, if you get pulled over for that, that's pretty close, almost the same as getting pulled over and getting a DUI. Not quite the same, but it's just as bad, really. Um, when if they put on the ticket drowsy driving or sleep fatigue driving or whatever it is they put. And then if you have a wreck from falling asleep, I'm not 100% certain, but I'm pretty sure that it falls under the same category as DUI because you was driving under the influence of sleep or fatigue. Yeah, yeah, it is. just held to a higher standard. That's all. But that's because we're supposed to be professionals out here. So they hold us to a higher standard. Because see, if you do something to get your CDL suspended, that don't necessarily suspend your license completely, just your CDLs. You, you'll still use in general. If you do something to get your CDL suspended, you'll still have your regular driver's license. You just have to wait whatever the allotted time is for your particular violation, whether it be 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, or a year. Yeah, we should be held at higher standards. I mean, because like I say, we're professional. We're supposed to be professional drivers, and I mean, there's some stuff that maybe might be excessive or unnecessary, but all in all, we got a lot of responsibility out here, and I mean, everybody should have to pay attention to the laws of the road the same, but like I say, just because we do something that gets our CDL suspended doesn't necessarily mean we can't drive. We just can't drive commercially. We appreciate that, Mommy. Welcome to the game. How you doing, Vicky? And thank you for subscribing. That is awesome. We're here every day for your guys' view and pleasure. Boy, I'm going to give it a valiant effort to see if we can't get the whole way without stopping and kicking tires. As long as Tasha and Haber don't wake up, I think we might be able to make it. Possibly. We'll have to see how that Monster Nitro kicks me though here in the next 2 hours. But I'm going to give it one heck of a shot. Our ETA, according to the GPS, is 11:24. So if we can run this run without stopping, then we'll have took what was going to be a late load, or what ended up being picked up as a late load, and actually getting it there on time. Um, no, no, we're not 5 hours away. Maybe about 4 hours, I think. But yeah, it's pretty dang close to that. It's somewhere between 3 hours 45 minutes and 4 hours 15 minutes, I'm guessing. Yeah, we gained an hour at Van Horn. That's why it's showing 11:24 instead of 12:24. Because if we didn't gain that hour, it would on Central time it would actually be 12:24 when we get there. So yeah, three hours, a little over 3 hours. Yeah, we can scoot a little bit quicker than others. So we actually knocked out 8 days ago. I think it was 8 days ago. We knocked out. Might have been 9 days, but we knocked out 719 miles for one day. Um, no, no, it's not. I looked because I dread going down around the border. Anytime we go into El Paso, I dread getting down there on that border road. So I looked, and it's actually, if I remember correctly, it's more along the lines of um, it's the northeast side of El Paso. Yeah, it is indeed a big state. Drive all day and still be in it. Um, Let me see right quick, see if I can get a pinpoint, more of a pinpoint. It's up next to close to the airport. Uh, yeah, it's right there at pretty close to the El Paso International Airport. So yeah, probably right there at the close to the Air Force Base. Normandy Park area. It's in between Normandy Park and the International Airport. All right, Dash, take it easy. We'll catch you next time around. 5:21 p.m. in Kuwait. 10-4 on that. Um, Hang on. No, I don't think it's on the 375 loop. I don't think. 180. Bowen Drive. That's where we're headed to. Yeah, that's what I was fixing to ask. How's the weather in Kuwait? Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's just we'll hit Montana Drive and then exit off there and from Montana. I'm not sure what the street that connects Montana to Bowen Drive, but yeah, it's just right above Montana Drive or Montana Avenue or yeah, Montana Drive. 43 degrees Celsius. What's that in degrees? That's pretty dang warm, ain't it? It's Bowen Road, which I don't know. It might be the same as Airport Road, but it's Bowen Road. Airway Boulevard circles around it. Yeah, yeah, just off Airport Road. Uh, Airport from Montana Avenue to Airport Road, and then on to Bowen Road. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Quick burn, you got it. Um, yeah, yeah, it does kind of seem like summer got here a little early, but I guess it just depends on what region you're actually in. Yeah, exactly, Taz. You know right where we're headed to, I believe. Yeah, it's actually at the corner of Airport and Bowen. 10 from that. It was tight yesterday, so hopefully it's not no worse than it was yesterday. 109 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, that's warm. Seeing from that. Yeah, where we're delivering to, we ought to be able to get to see some airplanes coming in and going out because it looks like according to the Rand McNally GPS, looks like we're going to be either right at the head or right at the foot of the runway. Well, I mean, I appreciate you guys coming in and chatting around with us. So I like to, when I can, I like to chat back when possible. I 10-4 on that. That's what I miss about doing them. So with the last company that I was with, we done a lot of airport deliveries, pickups and deliveries. I wished we'd kind of wish that we, you know, done those so that we could do some of the airplane spotting right at the airports. But the last time I delivered to it was airport up in New Jersey. Um, Sits right alongside the interstate. I don't remember which one it was, but they told me to back up to whatever door it was. So I go out there, I break my seal, back up to the door. We ended up sitting there, I think it was 6 hours, because they had to bring the sniffer dog in to make sure the load was safe, because I broke the seal without them watching me. With the deliveries that I done, it was just, um, I mean, it wasn't necessarily anything particular as far as the airlines go. It just stuff that needed to be shipped either overseas or stuff coming from overseas. We would just pick it up. I mean, it was a lot of like, I think, a lot of like little companies just shipping their stuff out. We would have to get it either there or get it from. Yeah, if those guys done better with their pay and and getting you home on time, I would definitely go back to them. But they rarely ever got us home on time, and then the pay was uh, it was quite a there's quite a bit of difference in the pay between here and there. Well, um, my biggest recommendation on a company, as far as if you wanted to be home pretty much daily, but now, I mean, you can't go straight to them as a new driver. You have to get, I think, 2 years experience, maybe a year and a half. But my number one suggestion with the required experience would be First Fleet. They work you hard, but They pay good, um, and they don't keep you out for a month at a time. I was home every day or every other day with them guys and made just as much money with them as I make here with this company, being gone for a month at a time. Um, Now, as far as companies to avoid if you're new, with my biggest suggestion would be Covenant. I mean, I worked for them for the first bit of my career, first little bit. Not a good company to work for. But, I mean, you could ask another driver there that's been there for 10 to 15 years and they would completely disagree with you or disagree with me. So it just depends on you as a person, really, on what you would like, what you wouldn't like. Because there's good things about all the companies. There's bad things about all the companies. Just depends on where your tolerant level's at. noticed since we stopped using this app, went to Streamlabs, and then come back to this app, I've noticed that when I get the phone calls now, it automatically kicks my Bluetooth off this app, where used to it would automatically turn it on. Now it automatically kicks it off. I'm not real sure why it does that, but um, that was our dispatch letting us know that we get unloaded, head to the onion shed, and going back to Florida. So this year we might be eating up Florida like we ate up Alabama last year. Maybe. Dang it, I'm going to have to call him back because I forgot to see if he got our home time. So we're going to go back on mute for a few minutes while I call him back. We'll probably run the same route as we did last go around, probably. Yeah, we're in Pecos. Is that right? Saying it right? Pecos, Texas. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I think we got the Bluetooth back on now. So I called him back to make sure that they got our home time down. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go in on the 27th. We'll get loaded to where we can go in on the 27th. All we're gonna stay in is 2 days. We'll leave back out on the 29th. This go around. See, the last go around, I think we got 3 days. This time we're actually just going to take 2 days because we don't have as much running to do on this go, and it's mainly just drop in, grab whatever that is there that we need, and then right back out. Is all this home time's going to be. And then that'll give us time to get a 34-hour restart as well. If we don't get one between now and then, that'll give us a 34-hour restart as well. We might get one before our home time, but we might not. Last year, that was the only 34-hour restarts we got, was when we went out on our home times. But last year we took longer home times on the onion season than what we're doing this year. This year we're just doing the absolute must, and that's it. Because I think last year, as far as home times go, I messed around and knocked us out of about 8,000 miles last year, give or take. A little more, a little less. This year I'm not going to do that. And now when we get up here and do the reload, we will actually have to stop this live stream. Did I say reload? Unload. When we do this unload, we'll actually have to stop the live stream when we're done. I mean, we don't have to stop it until we're done getting loaded. That way I can take my pictures of my bills and send them in, and then we'll start the live stream right back up. So around probably noon, 12:30, we'll stop this live stream, take a 10-minute break from the live stream, and then turn right around and start back up and head to Array, New Mexico, picking up a load of onions, going back to McKinley, Florida. Ghostin' now, how you doing this morning? Well, I don't pay a whole lot of attention to the diesel prices. Unless somebody asks, then I'll get to looking around. What was it? 4 days ago we filled up, and it costed us $981 or $85. Where we're traveling at, they're around about $5.50 to $5.80 a gallon. New Mexico, not Mexico. New Mexico. Yeah, what did I say? Yeah, McClenny. Yeah, we don't do any border crossing. Not with these guys, we don't. Which I've never done any border crossing driving truck ever anywhere. McClenny. Good morning, Brian. How you doing? Oh, McKinley. Hey, you know me. If it wasn't for you guys, I'd be lost. But depending on how long it takes for them to unload us, hopefully no more than, an hour, hour and a half. Um, the reload, that's about all it'll take. It'll be about an hour, hour and a half. So we should be able to cover some pretty good distance today. Should. We'll catch you in a little while or tomorrow or whenever you make it back, burn notice. Don't be too stressed out. Stitch removal is not too bad. It usually tickles more than it hurts most of the time. Unless you're getting them taken out of the tip of your thumb. If you're getting them taken out of the tip of your thumb, that hurts. Or your lips. Those are the only two sets of stitches that I've had to remove that actually. No, wait a minute. Well, they did hurt coming out of my lips, but I actually chewed those out. I didn't go and have them removed. I chewed those out myself. But the ones in my thumb, oh my God. It was almost as painful getting them taken out as it was having them put in. Yeah, we'll be uh, delivering this load in El Paso, and then we're going to shoot up to Array, New Mexico, which I think is 70-ish miles, something like that. And then we'll be headed back to Florida, or headed to Florida. So we'll probably run 10 the whole way, or once we get back in El Paso, we'll probably run 10. But yeah, I don't think I've ever seen your name in the chat before, so welcome to the chat. Welcome to Ride Along Gang. But during the summer months, all of our loads originate out of Array, New Mexico, and we take them southeast, and then we get backhauls back to get us back to the Array, New Mexico pickups, because this is what we call our onion season, and that's this company's big concern right now is getting those onion loads to all the points southeast. Which we're not hauling onions right now. we're hauling water right now, but our backhaul is always something else just to get us back out here. And then a lot of times, or not a lot of times, but a few times last year, we actually swapped loads. Like somebody would pick up the load from Array and bring it to a certain point and meet us, and we would trade loads out. And after the end of summer, though, we'll start going west and Midwest, Northwest, Southwest. Quickburn's been here for quite a while. Um, yeah, yeah. I believe in paranormal stuff, so I've seen it out. You know, I've seen it out. I've seen it at places where we've stopped, and yeah, yeah. We've picked up down there before, not during onion season. Let's see, we're contracted to pull a certain number of loads out of Array, New Mexico, all summer long. So that's the reason why it's back and forth from Array to. Not with this company. We don't do north. This company don't do northeast. I I think the only way they do northeast is if their particular driver is from the northeast to get them home, or I've like just per se if I want it, if say at the end of summertime, if I wanted to do my home time in Connecticut, then I could request home time in Connecticut and get a load up there. But as far as just running the Northeast, I would have to. The only way I would get a Northeast run is to request my home time, like up there in that state. But since we have to go in to our actual home location once a month, we're we're not able to do the home times anywhere. Because this company does allow us to do the home time anywhere. I would actually like to do a home time up in Breezewood and make another video of the abandoned turnpike, Pennsylvania Turnpike. Actually, do a proper video there. I uploaded the one a few weeks back on our other channel, but it was 100% raw footage. I mean, we wasn't doing the video for upload purposes. We was just doing the video just to video that we was there. But I would actually like to go back and do that one. And there's a couple of places in the Northeast that I would like to go back up and do videos of, but we'd have to get ourselves set up to where we could do the home times up there somewhere in order to get up there. Well, still, it's just a little over half, just a hair over half a tank. And we got half a tanks everywhere. That's diesel fuel, DEF, and reefer fuel. So when we stop this time to get fuel, I'll probably go ahead and fill them all up. Yeah, yeah, that's probably where we'll stop at St. Anthony to get to get fuel. That way, we don't have to go into La Cruces and get it. And then, I don't know, we might have enough fuel to get all the way to Array and then back to Anthony. Maybe. Uh, well, like I say, they're contracted to ship out a certain number of loads of onions from this particular location that we pick them up at, and everywhere they ship them to is southeast locations. Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, Georgia, South Carolina, Florida. I think we might have hauled one load to Missouri last year. It lasts all summer. It, it started, was it 2 weeks ago? It started 2 weeks ago and it lasts till, I think it's the last week in summer. the 10 and 20s where it merges together onto 10. Just 3 miles. Matter of fact, is all we got left of 20, and it'll be merging over to 10. So we're right there at the little V. I'm still learning slowly. Yeah, mommy's still here. They didn't get booted. Just the last comment got booted because the same comment over and over and over falls under spamming. That's a YouTube rule there. And you got to watch it because YouTube will actually time you out for spamming. I got timed out in somebody else's live chat for what YouTube considered spamming. I thought I was doing what the live streamer was asking, but apparently YouTube considered that spamming, and they timed me out for it. And I know it was YouTube because when I put the last comment up when they done it, it said it popped up a little block for me, and it said YouTube has considered this spam. You won't be able to comment for however long it was. Now we're on 10. Won't let you. That's weird. I've never really been on Twitch. I've got a Twitch account, but never really been on it as far as watching or anything. That the sign says right lane closed, march left, and that truck just got over right there where the sign's at. Can you say Cracker Jack box? buffer zone. Remember, if you back your feet up about 15 seconds, it shouldn't be too awful bad on the buffering. Just a lot of scene skipping. All right, Fletcher, appreciate you stopping in and hanging out with us, and we'll catch you next go around. Now, we're not too awful far from our gator incident last week. That happened in Salt Flat, Texas, and we just come into Salt Flat, a few miles on down the road. But yeah, 13 hours we spent on the side of the interstate waiting to get fixed. Yeah, it happens. Was we on 20? Well, still, Either which way, we're not too far from it. Behind us or in front of us. We was still in what was considered salt flat. We was just outside of Van Horn. We've not got to Van Horn yet, have we? Yeah, 149, if I remember correctly. So it should be about 30 miles ahead of us, I think. Good Lord. Need some better hazards on that thing. Yeah, I think it was 149 because we was 10 miles east of Van Horn. Um, we did. We pulled down at somewhere between 6:45 and 7:15. I'm not exactly sure the exact time, but it was right around 7 o'clock. How you doing, Jeff? And now see, if I can wake up properly, take proper breaks on the way back to Florida, then we should quite possibly get there with enough time maybe to do a 34-hour restart. It's hard for me to stick to them proper 10-hour breaks though. 7:30, yeah. Yeah, somewhere in that area. We wasn't too far off from the 7 o'clock startup time. I know that. 13 minutes ago. Okay, yeah. That's you're right. You're right on that. 7:25 was the 10-hour mark, and we started up. Yeah, about 7:35, 7:30, 7:35. So yeah, you're right. Because I started the pre-trip at exactly the 10-hour mark, and I started the live stream about 10 minutes into the pre-trip. So yeah, about 7:35. Very quiet all aboard. Yeah, I think what I'm going to start doing is buying the little cereal bowls for breakfast and start eating me some cereal at the morning time before we take off. That way I don't have to worry about stopping right after we take off driving. And I meant to have done that the last time we stopped at Walmart. I meant to have got some little cereal bowls and forgot. 'Cause they're a lot cheaper at Walmart than they are the truck stops. I think the truck stops is somewhere close to $4 for one of the little cereal bowls, if I'm not mistaken. And you can get them, I think, at Walmart anywhere from $1 to $3. Um, we're going to El Paso and unloading this load, and from there we're going to go up to Array, New Mexico, and pick up another load of onions. And that load of onions is going to Florida. Yep. Yeah, we'll be chasing it the entire way. And now at midnight tonight, we'll gain back 5 hours and 48 minutes. Not much. Um, midnight tomorrow night, we'll gain back 8 hours and 49 minutes. Little more, little better. The next night after that will be 10 hours and 20 minutes. So yeah, we'll be doing a lot of chasing. Which, like I said, I need to just hop on the 8 hour days and stick with that. That way we don't have to worry about our time. But anytime I get a few hours extra like that, I want to try to drive them out. It's hard to stick to the 8 hours a day deal, especially on unload days and reload days. we'll, we'll give Haber a driver ID. Yeah, 1,300 miles in 2 days.